Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District, State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, Count 1, Court File Number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, juror foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 2, third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by jury foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Jury foreperson 019. Members of the jury, I'm now going to ask you individually if these are your true and correct verdicts. Please respond yes or no. Juror number 2, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 9, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 19, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 27, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 44, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 52, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 55, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 79, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 85, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 89, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 91, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 92, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Are these your verdicts? So say you one, so say you all.
Yes. Yes.
Bye-bye, dickhead. See you in Attica. Wow. So that is a measure of accountability is what that is. That is not equal justice under the law. No, because eye for an eye being justice, that did not happen here. But it is a measure of justice. It is a measure of accountability. Certainly not equal. No, not equal. I'm going to get thrown out of my hair salon is what's going to happen to me. And, I'll just have bad, dirty hair for the rest of my life, if that's what it means. Because, holy crap, I get my hair blown out on Wednesdays, right? It's hair day. Unless it's so hectic. And then you'll know if I have dirty hair on Friday. You see what I mean? And some people are very hip to this little inside piece of information. But today, my hair is clean. And that's because I went to the hair salon and I got into it like majorly with some woman. I'm telling you right now, white women have not all white women, a good chunk of them though, in my age bracket, have a good sense of entitlement. I mean, like serious privilege that they are totally unaware of. He was no saint. Excuse me? What do you mean he was no saint? Well, I mean, the police wouldn't have handcuffed him if he hadn't done something. Oh, so A, you never watch the trial. B, you don't read a newspaper. C, he was a saint. He really was. He was a very good man who worked as a security guard. He worked at the Salvation Army. He worked inside a nightclub. He had a child, a little girl. I mean, what else does somebody need to be in order for you to say he wasn't? I lost it. I really did lose it, and I just started screaming because I actually ended the thing by saying to her, do you know why it's so exhausting in America? Because of you. You make it so exhausting. Well, my brother's a police officer, and he said he got what he deserved. Oh, God, help me. I mean, really, I was... And then conflating protesters with traffic stop victims. The whole thing is off the hook. It's always whataboutism. But what about the protesters who were throwing things at the police officers? I'm like, well, those were protesters who had watched endless videos of unarmed black men being killed by the police over and over and over and over. And those of us who watch this trial, who have seen George Floyd die over and over and over again, like it's some sort of a snuff film at this point, yeah, we're pissed. We're pissed. Well, that's not right. I said, well, the day that we do the right thing all the time and you still think that that's an issue that you have to tackle, you'll let me know. You'll let me know. And then, she didn't, I could have just downshifted into, hey, you know what? Another girl just died. A 16-year-old girl was just killed. But it's too nuanced. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the 16-year-old girl that was just killed hours before the Chauvin verdict came in, she had lunged at another person with a knife, but it's a nuanced case in this way. The girl, who's dead now because the police shot her, is the same girl who called the police for help. So no one knows yet what went on there, and I just didn't want to, And she said, well, white people get killed by police officers all the time, and no one ever talks about that. You realize there's about 350 million people in this country, right? Right. And you realize that only 13% of those 350 million people are black, right? Right. Well, if the number of black people that are killed by police is the same number, let's just say, as the number of white people killed by police, can you see that that's a disproportionate number of black people being killed by police? Now, she was this close to saying black people are more criminal. She was so close. Give her this much credit. She didn't go there. But she's exhausting. And these Karens are exhausting. These people are exhausting. There's, it's a never-ending confrontation with abject ignorance, self-censored. She's doesn't read the newspaper, didn't watch the trial, has no earthly idea that there were 3 other officers standing on top of George Floyd for no apparent reason. She knew he was handcuffed and she thought that that might be wrong. So here is our fervent wish from those of us here at the Randy Rhoads Show, for those of us there who don't listen or watch the Randy Rhoads Show or read a newspaper or watch the trial or understand poor Eric was just gaslighting that jury with bullcrap and that the judge had to actually admonish him. Yes, admonish poor Eric, because poor Eric tried to sell to the jury an unlawful premise. He tried to tell the jury that if any other aspect of George Floyd, his big heart, his enlarged heart, his ingestion of oxycodone or fentanyl or methamphetamine, that if any of those other things contributed to George Floyd's own death, that you couldn't find that the cause of death was the knee of Derek Chauvin. And that is not true in law. So he had, but anyway, these people didn't watch. So here is our fervent wish. This comes from me and all Team Randy. Brad especially wants to send this message. If you are involved in law enforcement and you have somebody in handcuffs, especially somebody who didn't commit a violent crime, a violent felony, and they're in handcuffs already, maybe this case could just flash through your mind for a brief moment, and you will not kill that person. Don't have time to listen to the live show?